Hello, world. Happy whatever day that you're watching this ends with a Y. The lighting will never be to my liking, but it doesn't matter. So we're going to continue speaking with the fighters who will be competing in LeLeo Code's anniversary fight this upcoming May 7th. As I was saying before, it's going to be, this upcoming week is going to be such an epic week. Not only do you have Cinco de Mayo, but you also have college graduations, and you have Mother's Day, and then you have this event, which is happening in Altamonte Springs at the Hilton. So it's like, there's no excuse to be bored, you know? There's always going to be something active to keep your attention. So, don't you love your friends so, like, random things? Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. Okay, so please introduce us to who you are.
Yes, my name is Bianca, aka Bam Bam. That is me.
Why do they call you Bam Bam?
So honestly, when I first started about a year and a half ago, my coach, now boyfriend, he saw me, he heard me in the bathroom. While he was in the bathroom, he heard me working with one of the girls outside, and we were doing pad work. And I was just about 2, 3 months in, and he actually was saying that I sounded like the Bam Bam character from the Flintstones, because he was just like Bam Bam Bam. That's all I heard, and that stuck with me, and it's been my name since.
That's so cute. That's so adorable. That's so adorable. Okay, so you'll be performing Muay Thai for this particular upcoming fight, correct?
Yes, yes, that is correct.
And you're 2-1-1, is that correct?
Yeah, actually, so when they got that record, it was right before my IKF record, so I'm 3-1-1 right now.
Oh my God. And this one will be full rules, this particular fight, correct?
Yes, yes. So knees, elbows, correct.
Okay, so that was gonna be my other question. For those of us who are stupid, what does full rules mean in Muay
So,
Thai?
yeah, so full rules Muay Thai means that you are allowed to do any kinds of kicks, sweeps, dumps, knees, elbows, so all using all limbs basically, and no headgear.
And no headgear. Yeah, that's always the exciting part, guys. When you're watching them get hit and they're like, oh my God, they should be wearing a helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it too. You can definitely feel the difference with the headgear for sure.
So what got you into fighting in the first place?
Funny thing. So 3 years ago I weighed about 275 pounds,
Oh
and
my God.
it took me about 3 years to lose about 110 by myself, and then COVID hit, and I kind of got stuck at home. Lost my job. I got stuck at home, and I kind of was still in my fitness journey. I was had already gained that discipline and that mental strength to want to continue losing weight. All I was doing was running. So I wanted to try a different type of cardio. So I actually found a Groupon for a gym for kickboxing classes, and I walked in to day one. I fell in love, and I just been doing it since. Now, initially in the first 6, 7 months, I wasn't really entirely sure that I wanted to compete. I just really enjoyed learning the technique. I loved working out. I loved how much it challenged you physically and mentally. And then I just decided to say, you know what? Let me just go for it. Let me just try it. Let's just see what would happen if I were to get in the cage. And the first time I went in there, I was like, okay, this is definitely for me. So I've just been keeping that ball rolling since then.
What do your parents do?
So actually, I'm adopted. They live in Miami. Don't really talk to them much. So not entirely sure what they do right now.
Where do you get this drive to fight from then?
So I honestly, I've always been a competitive person all my life. I've been competitive, whether it been board games or whether, I mean, in school, like I've always been competitive. And I just think that I've always had a fighting spirit. I've always felt like I've had moments in my life where it's been mentally, physically, and spiritually challenging for me that I've had to fight through and overcome. And because I've always known I've had that fighting spirit, I was just able to kind of take that and apply it on a more of a in a physical way. I've never been in a fight before ever in my life until I started competing. So that was definitely one of the biggest barriers I had to go through, to get punched in the face and still know that I could continue. You know, it was definitely I just felt like I've always had that fighting spirit in me, and ended up being that, you know, I was a fighter. That was the gift God gave me.
That's very interesting that you've never been in a fight before. That's
Yeah,
very, very
never.
interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, okay. How important is it to be physically flexible as a fighter?
It's extremely important. Absolutely. So, you know, especially when doing Muay Thai, when doing kickboxing, you're kicking, you're moving your body in all different planes of motion and directions, and very easily, if you are not stretched, if you're not nimble, if you're not flexible, then it's very easily, you can very easily get injured. And you can't perform to the absolute best. Like, you can't kick as high as you want to kick, or you can't be as fast as you want to be because your muscles are not where they need to be. So it's very important to be flexible, for sure.
That's very, very true. So you don't see very many spinning elbows in fights because it's very hard to get someone close enough to you. Do you prefer that distance, or what would you say to help someone to get someone close enough to them in order for them to use a spinning elbow?
I'm going to be quite honest with you. I've actually never thrown a spinning elbow, and I know how to. I just never thrown it. The
Mm-hmm.
concept of being able to close the distance, however, I think it's all
Mm-hmm.
about the footwork, just having the vision and the timing to come in when you see the opening. And I feel like I think the spinning elbow could work more if somebody decides to clench, or they close the distance on you, and you have the and you don't have to use the footwork. They already did it for you, and all you have to do is spin.
True. Oh, true. Don't work. Oh, okay. Work smarter, not harder. That makes me think of. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a great way to put it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's say that present tense right now, dinosaurs existed. Which dinosaur would you make your pet?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, yeah. Let's say that
Sorry.
right now. Let's say that right now dinosaurs existed.
Oh, dinosaurs. Okay.
Yeah. Which dinosaur would you make your pet?
You know, I've never really been into dinosaurs, so I don't know the names of it, but I like the one that looks like a rhino with like with the with the crown, with the nose
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that one. I don't know the name scientifically, but that one.
Yeah, the Triceratops. Yeah.
There we go. Yes, wow, the Triceratops. Yes, absolutely.
He see or he or she it seems it seems more like doggish, you know? I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah. I feel
why.
like I could totally keep it as a pet. I think there was a movie when I was younger. I don't know if it was dinosaurs or it was like a cartoon dinosaur movie or something.
Oh, what
And
was it? What was it?
I don't remember the name, but definitely I remember that specific dinosaur because I thought it was the absolute cutest out of all of them,
Do you mean
for
the Land
sure.
Before Time?
Yes! Oh my
Yes.
goodness. That's the movie. That's the movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Okay, so which dinosaur would you fight?
a T-Rex. I would not be afraid to fight a T-Rex.
What?
Yeah, no, totally. I always thought they were bullies. They're horrible.
You're the only person who said that.
Really? Well, good. First time for everything. 'Cause I would totally fight a T-Rex.
Everyone else has said the smallest one.
Oh well. Uh, I
That's
would
so
think that
funny.
I'd
That's so
be. I would think that if I would have to fight him or her or it, I
yeah.
honestly would feel like I would do very well against a T-Rex.
Because like honestly, it has little arms. What can
Right,
it do? Bite me?
exactly. Or eat me
I can
alive,
bite too,
yeah.
bro. Yeah. Yeah. Um. Okay. Okay. So, in your many years of training, how long have you been training? By the way, how many years have you been training? No, no, you
I've
said
literally, it's only been about 20 months now, so less than 2 years.
So, but you also done like a lot of competitions.
Yes, so I do a lot of grappling, and a couple of kickboxing tournaments. Yes.
Yeah. What's a moment that still replays in your head that you're like, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that? That has actually helped you to this day.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. So there was a moment in my very first fight ever, my debut. I was in the Mo Muscle. It was back in June of last year, and I remember being in the back, and I'm like, I'm gonna win. I'm like I was like super confident, like I'm gonna win. I got this. Like I've been training super hard. I'm not gonna get tired. Like I was just telling my like I was trying to pump myself up, like, man, nobody's on my level. Like basically stroking my ego before I got out there. Being that I've
Yeah.
never been in a fight, never expected any of that, right? Okay. Um After my fight, I can remember myself going to the back and telling myself, you can never, ever, 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 um, like predict the outcome. Like you have no control of whether you win or whether you lose. Like
Yeah.
that is something completely out of your control. So
Yeah.
definitely cut it down a notch. Always go in humble. Go in always thinking that you are just going to put your best foot forward. You're going to trust in your training. You're going to trust in your coaches. And whatever happens, happens. And remember that everything's about the experience. Always. Everything's about the experience. And that helps me every single time I go in there. I don't say I'm going to win. I don't say that that I am the best. I don't say any of that. I say literally this. I am going to do the very best that I can, that I have in the moment. I'm going to perform to the best of my ability, and may it be what it be. And whether I win or whether I lose, I never say that I lose. I always learn. I either win or I learn, and that helps me every time. Staying humble and always reminding myself to just do the best because I cannot control what happens.
Okay, so now follow-up question to that. How can someone win with grace, with still being humble?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've never really been a sore loser. I've never been that type of person. I always give respect to the other side, to the opponent. I'm pretty sure that every time they go in there, they work just as hard as me. They put in the hours, they put in the sweat, blood, everything. They leave it all out there just like I did. And if they got the better of the decision, I have to just show respect and tell myself, okay, there's something that they did that I couldn't do, or that I didn't do, or there's something that I could do better. And you know, winning with grace is looking at your opponent and saying, thank you for the challenge, and congratulations. And that's how you win with grace. Walking away, always learning that, always knowing that it was for the experience.
Wow. Wow. I think that you just said something that's not fight related to me, just life related to me. So
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you. Okay,
absolutely.
okay. So what would you say is your most favorite film about fighting?
Film,
Mm-hmm.
like movie. Oh, Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
of all time.
Really?
Rocky. Yeah, forever. Yes, I'll watch that 1,000 times over. I love Rocky, for sure. I especially love the theme song. So I love Rocky,
Obviously, yeah.
honestly.
I feel like I overly use that song.
Yeah.
um, have you seen the Creed films?
Actually, I seen Creed 2. I for some reason missed Creed 1. I don't know why, but no, I did not end up seeing all of the movies. I saw Creed 2 a little bit with Michael B. Jordan, but that's it.
Did you
Are you
like
gonna
it?
reference him? Um, I did. I did like it. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I was half asleep.
Oh no, that's a sign. That you didn't like it. That's a
I but you know I mean but you know what? There's been times where I've been able to watch a movie. Like I'll be watching a movie, I'll fall asleep, but if I watch the movie again, like I'll actually understand and enjoy the movie. That just did not happen for me with that one. I just
no.
did
I
not end
don't.
up seeing it again.
Okay. Okay, Bianca. So where can we support you? Where can we sponsor you? And where can we find your gym?
Yes. Okay. So actually, me and our Team Vicious MMA, we are in Riverview. Actually, we have our own little dojo. We're right here. This is where we train at. And I mean, you can literally just look us up, Team Vicious MMA. We have a website, we have a Facebook, we have a Twitter, we have an Instagram. You can just reach out to me if you want to sponsor. Honestly, anything helps. I've my goals with this is to take it as far as as it lets me, honestly. Like I absolutely love combat sports in general, period, all kinds, from boxing to jiu-jitsu to kickboxing to Muay Thai, all of it. I love absolutely all of it. And I want to take it all the way to the top as far as it lets me. And in order to do that, obviously I need the support and I need um
Yeah.
I just need the fans, there with me. So everything helps.
Yes, indeed, indeed. And then last question, Bianca, and then I'm gonna let you go. Okay.
Sure.
So I'm sure you've seen the movie Fight Club, right?
Yes, I've definitely
Yep.
seen Fight Club.
One of the quotes from the movie is, "How do you know yourself if you've never been in a fight before?" Do you feel as if you know yourself so well since you just stepped into the gym?
So I'm going to be quite honest with you. So that's a tricky question. The reason why I say that is because I was already on a journey of self-discovery right before I stepped into the gym. When I was going through the process of losing weight, I definitely went through a lot of dark nights of the souls. I'm gonna be a little spiritual here. I definitely went through a lot of reawakenings and trying to understand myself within. And what I will say is this: when I did walk through the gym and I got punched in the face for the first time and I stepped into the cage for the first time, I learned more about myself. I will say that I know that I have what it takes to do what I say that I'm going to do, regardless of the adversity, regardless of the obstacles, regardless of the challenges, all of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. I am extremely grateful for each and every experience that has allowed me to understand who I am today. Definitely the journey of self-discovery. I believe now I know that it's a that it's a lifetime thing. It's something that
Yeah.
you're always learning
Yeah.
about yourself. But I definitely learned more, way more when I started competing in combat sports and learned about mixed martial arts, for sure.
Why did you even care? Why did you even want to fix yourself?
You know what? Because I I was forced to. Life forced me to. That's what it was. Life life forced me to look deep within and realize who I was, realize what my potential was, because I have I have a purpose. We all have a purpose. And
Yeah.
I was literally in I was stuck in a loop, in an endless loop from my childhood all the way up to my young adult. Like, I feel like I'm old, but I have an old soul. I literally was forced to. Like, I was forced into isolation. Life just forced me to like be like, nope. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and you got to face all of your demons, and you better fix them, and you better heal, and you better move forward, because you got a lot of things that you got to do before you step off this earth. So that's the reason why it mattered very much to me to be able to find out who I was.
That's beautiful. That's very inspirational. I don't think
Thank
you,
you.
yeah, you're giving me a lot of life. This is a very selfish interview. This is helping no one else but me.
Selfish.
Sorry.
Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with that, man. It's one person at a time. One person at a
True.
time. It's like the ripple effect. I always say that. Like,
Yeah.
if it touches one person, it'll touch many. So, definitely.
And yeah, I will pay it forward. I promise. I will pay it forward. And I'll also
Awesome.
see you next weekend, man.
Yes. Yes, I'm excited. You see, I'm like cutting weight right now in my little cute little sauna suit. I'm in there. I'm in
Bianca,
there.
thank you so much for taking your time to talk to me. And like I said,
Yes.
I'll see you next weekend. You don't have like very far to travel, but regardless, travel safely because it's
All
also
right.
graduation weekend and like Cinco de Mayo weekend, and
Yes.
people don't know how to drive. It's
A
taken
lot
people
going
hundreds
on.
of years to learn how to drive. So
I
I'll
got
talk
you.
to you. All right.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Have a good night. Bye bye.
You too. Bye.